Can't believe it's Halloween.
This is for your daughter, AJ.
Say hi, Mia. Look at the purple bear. You like the purple bear?
Yeah.
Say hi, May.
Hi.
Hi. So we're going to give a couple more minutes for folks to join the room.
There's Harafimi.
Hey, Tyson.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
This is
Steven.
confusing.
Hi, Tyson.
What up?
People wearing NSX attire.
A little bit.
You guys all have NSX attire. I gotta go change my shirt.
Hey, I got my shirt on. Hey, I got my shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
A quiet bunch today. How's everybody doing on this Sunday?
Excellent.
It's really
So it looks like Ed is sharing his screen.
I'm
You
here.
might want to disable that.
How do I do that?
Right click and stop sharing, I think.
All right. It says fit to frame.
No. So the little box with the X in it, where your mouse just was.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Click on
All
that.
right.
There you go.
Thank
All
you.
right. Cool.
Hey, it's
Hi, guys.
Hey, Renee. What time is it?
6:04
I
here.
want to go to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So can we get it moving? I don't think I'll make it to the end. I have to go to work. So
Yeah,
I'll just visit a little while and then go to bed and let you enjoy the rest. I'll be back tomorrow though.
Awesome. Well, unless you're bidding on something, the presentation's going to be at the very beginning of this session about NSXPO 2021. So
Ah,
you can
I
drop
want
off
to see that
your
because
copy.
I was going to some old. I'll show you. This popped up. And it said
Oh.
Portland NSXPO 2008.
Wow.
And I found the pictures from Bob, stuff like that from Portland. So I'm really anxious to go next year. Look at that. You see it?
From Portland as well.
Hey guys,
I want to go there.
just one little mention. In today's link email, it did not mention the time that this started, whatever.
Yes.
You know, the full schedule, I found it by going to the NSXPO website, but the other emails did show in Pacific time what time the meeting would start. Today's email didn't have it.
My bad. Sorry about that. I think I sent that out at 1 a.m. last night. So
Nope, no problem. And there are more meetings in the next couple of days too. It's continuing. Eddie, quiet.
Hey,
Are there-
Hugh, can you
Yeah.
mute yourself, please?
Sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is, times are on the website now for today's event and yesterday's event. So I got that up just to be helpful.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like we've got a good number of folks. Should we go ahead and get started?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So welcome to the third day of the 2020 Virtual NSXPO, brought to you by the NSX Club of America. I'm Mei Lee, also known as Ms. Purple, and I'll be your host for the day. We're going to start off with a presentation from next year's NSXPO 2021 team. They're going to show a brief video, and then they'll take questions afterwards. I believe on the call we have today from the team, Ira Leventhal, Hui Nguyen.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Dave Levy's on. I know Tyson Hughie's on, and I know John Martini is on. So welcome to all of the NSXPO 2021 team members, and I'll turn it over to you, Ira.
Okay. Yeah, so again, I'm Ira, and I'm one of the people that is spearheading NSXPO next year in Portland. Obviously, we wish this year would have worked out. Hui, I think you can take the command here and load up the video that we had put together for you guys.
And while that's loading, everyone who hasn't muted your line, please do so. It makes it better for everybody.
Hui, you there?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody see this white
There we
screen?
go.
Yeah, the white screen.
So one little thing just to make sure people know that this video may be a little choppy, just because of the internet connection. So just bear with us.
So that was our welcome to Portland, and hopefully next year we'll go off without a hitch. As you can see in the video, we have a lot of natural beauty around, and that's something that we really hope to showcase next year. So we did put together a little bit of a slideshow here to kind of give you some outline on what we're thinking next year will look like. Obviously with COVID, a lot's changed everywhere around the country and the world. So there will be some things that are to be determined, but for the most part, this should give you a little insight to what next year should be.
So quick question, how have the fires affected right now? You know, because timing next year, it could be around the same fire season.
It could, and historically, this was one of the worst years anywhere on the West Coast it's had, but it does seem like they are a lot more prevalent, right? So the good thing is the fires right now are out for the most part. All the geographical regions that we were looking at hosting different sites around Oregon shouldn't be in any fire danger next year either. So that's a good thing. But yeah, as of right now, things are looking really good.
Awesome.
So this is the team that we have set to kind of spearhead things next year. And if you want to take over that next slide.
Okay, yeah, so as people have mentioned, NSXPO is returning to Portland. I think this last one was in 2008. And Portland's a beautiful area, Pacific Northwest in general. So you're going to see, we're really going to try to do as much as we can to show you and highlight some of the beauties of our Pacific Northwest.
It's too bad Dave's not on the call right now. Dave Levy's in charge of the track event, so he's going to be super knowledgeable when it comes to the ins and outs of the Oregon Raceway Park. But we did choose to hold it an Oregon Raceway just because we can make it a lot more of our own. Portland International Raceway obviously is a big name and it's well known, but the course itself at Oregon Raceway is a lot of fun. We get to have the entire track to ourselves for 2 days. It's 2.3 miles. There's a lot of elevation changes, different cornering. So it should be a lot of fun for everyone out there.
So the schedule for the Oregon Raceway, the track days, starts on Tuesday for registration, and then it goes on through Thursday.
Miles. There's a lot of elevation changes.
So this is just a quick schedule. Like what Ira mentioned, Dave is our point person for the track. So he's not here today, but he can give you a lot. He has a lot of good plans for everybody. So it'll be a fun time.
And just a note, Dave Levy was also on the team last time NSXPO took place in Portland. So it's great he's also on the team. So he'll be a good conduit for what went well and how he can add a lot of value.
Yeah, we're learning quite a bit from it.
Yeah, as was John Martini, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's true.
So we definitely tried to incorporate people that have had success in the past in the local area, obviously. So we're glad that they're part of the team. The Oregon Garden Resort, we chose to basically host the event out of because it is an area that, you know, it's equal parts beautiful. It has the Northwest experience overall in it. It has lots of things that people can do if maybe spouses come along that aren't necessarily into some of the auto related things. And it's a good geographical starting point too for a lot of the different things that we have planned.
So registration starts off on the 5th in our beautiful resort that we're going to be in. This place, just to mention, is not necessarily in Portland. It's about 40 miles south of Portland. But we have a nice little venue in the afternoon when people starts to register. And then there will be dinner for people if they would like to have dinner there for their own purchases.
So on Friday is really when the day starts off for the social event. Breakfast with every day for free. We're going to start our tech sessions probably mid to late morning on Friday. Have a catered hosted lunch, followed by the concourse and the judging to follow after. So Friday is going to be the day where really we get to interact with each other, get to know everyone, show off your cars, enjoy, you know, some social interaction, followed by a pretty elegant social dinner that evening as well, which we're hoping to be in Portland itself.
And one of the things you'll notice that the locations are all TBD right now due to the current pandemic. Some things have changed on us so that some facilities that we were originally planned no longer is in business. So we are actively looking. We have some plans on what we'll would like to do, but you'll start seeing more details coming in later. Saturday is our big event that we go out to do a group drive. This is also when we're going to do a group photo out in front of Mount Hood, and then we're going to go out towards into the Columbia Gorge and have lunch and do a little museum tour at the Columbia Gorge Interpretive Center, which is, if you haven't been, it's a really cool facility that highlights a lot of the area. And then we're going to be back to the Oregon Gardens, and we'll have our cocktail. And then we're going to have the main event, the NSXPO banquet with our speakers and so forth.
And if any of you haven't been to the area, Mount Hood is the snow-capped mountain in that top photo there. So it's going to be a pretty photogenic, commemorative aspect of the whole drive too when we're able to get out there. So it should be a pretty good keepsake.
I remember from several other events, there's a lot of people who like to photograph waterfalls, and we've got waterfalls. So
yeah, one good thing about the host site at the Oregon Garden Resort is it is in the town of Silverton where Silver Falls is, and Silver Falls is essentially 6 or 7 waterfalls in a very small 2-mile loop that goes around. So if anyone's not familiar with the area and has some free time and wants to jet out there for an hour or so, it's a really good opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, when we finish everything up, everyone's obviously going to depart. If anyone would like to stick around and do a drive to the Oregon coast, get some scenic pics out there, that is something that right now we're kind of tentatively scheduling on as more of an optional thing to do on that Sunday. So, in a nutshell, that's how things are going to be looking pretty much for next year. With that said, we do have a nice updated logo that we are going to start using a lot more often now for 2021. So at this point, myself, Mr. Martini, Tyson, we're all here to answer any questions that you guys may have for the upcoming event next year. Obviously, it's still a long ways away, and we've had to call quite a few audibles in order to get some things kind of restructured for next year with everything going on, but we're happy to answer what we can. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to fire away.
piece of crap.
Make sure you unmute yourself and then go ahead and ask a question. We had one question. Which one of you was playing the piano during that?
Not me.
Somebody
you don't want
very
to hear
skilled.
me play, yeah. You don't want to hear me play the piano. It's yeah.
And I didn't notice a boat in that video. Is there going to be a boat ride?
There's lots of boats in the area.
Yeah, but no boat rides this time.
No boat rides.
And full screen.
I'm out.
Oh.
So there's a question about the host hotel and car trailer parking.
It's a good question. One of the reasons why we did choose that hotel too is there is ample amount of parking if people do choose to bring their trailers or trailering in vehicles. Obviously, Acura is going to have some trailers there as well. So there are how many parking lots? 4?
There are 4 parking lots, with one being the RV trailer parking lot space.
So we're essentially going to have the entire resort for ourselves to enjoy, park, explore, whatever it be.
And is the parking at the hotel covered?
Yes.
Is it? Parts of it.
You mean like covered include like physically covered or like included in the
like a roof? So it's covered parking.
Oh. No, it's not.
Okay, so it's open to forest fires?
No forest fires. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. There's the garden that you would actually, that's why it's called the Oregon Garden, that is about 80 acres big, and you can actually walk around with your spouse or your significant other. So lots of purple there for you, May.
I'm just, I'm reading off the questions from the chat. I don't have this many questions. But is there washing equipment there at the hotel for the concourse? Like a hose, things like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. there is. We haven't confirmed anything yet for sure, but what we want to do is have hoses available. The way that the rooms are separated out, they're almost in duplex type situations. So there's hookups, there's electrical, there's water. So hopefully there will be all of that available for everyone to use. Another option that we're looking at is bringing in someone, if someone would like to pay to have their cars detailed prior to the event on site.
Hoping there's another concourse. This is from my lab from the NSXPO that year.
Cool.
So there's a question about whether the resort is going to be available for us from 8/3 through August 3rd through August 9th.
Hoping so.
Yeah.
It is booked through, our block is booked through the 8th, Ira? The Sunday for checkout?
Yeah, it's booked through Sunday for the checkout. The track is roughly 2 hours from the hotel. There is going to be ample hotel rooms closer to the track, and we do have a designated track hotel for the first few days if you do choose to stay closer to the track instead of the commute.
Okay. But I think it's mostly, there are people who want to add a day on to stay local or some things like that. They could probably still get a room. Okay.
Yeah, they can at the discounted rate too. That was one of the things that we've been discussing with the hotel. If people wanted to extend their stay, they would extend that discounted rate for that time period too.
And will there be a security guard at the hotel during the parking, or is it safe to park out there?
It's a good question. They do have on-site security, but it's not needed for the location with as rural as it is.
And it's a very safe and very beautiful area. A lot of very well-off people are living out there, and yeah, it's pretty far out there that you don't have to worry about any security issues. Maybe the deer.
Is there a car wash in town?
It's a good takeaway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there? There's a question about an open bar.
Yes, I was gonna say.
You guys should mention that when you're in the Oregon area, you don't have to pump your own gas. Don't forget, that's a big one.
Oh, we paid for that. You don't tell them that. That service for everybody to get their gas pumped for them. Yeah, in the whole area.
And I assume you'll post details on where the track hotel is, what the track hotel is and where it's located?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, once we get closer to the actual registration, which we're targeting for early spring, we'll see how things are looking as it gets closer, but that is our target right now. And obviously by that time, all the details will be finalized.
Like the open bar?
Like the open bar.
The open bar, yeah.
The hotels will be on the Columbia River.
Okay.
North of the track.
Track hotels on the Columbia River?
Well, it's south of the Columbia River, about 30 miles.
Okay.
20 miles.
Is that also the location of the open bar?
Yeah. Somebody
Is
said
the
they
open bar
What helped me
on
last
Columbia
year
River?
was a lot of tips. Oh, sorry. What helped me last year was a lot of tips on things to do in the environment around the hotel for travel and stuff like that. We're planning on going to Canada to see whales, but staying in Portland for a while. So it helped last year in Washington to see things to do. So
sure.
I get prepared.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And we do have something kind of put together already for people who are out of town. And then, as I mentioned, we picked Silverton just because there's so many other things to do outside of cars. Lots of wine.
But I
and
like
beer.
to.
If you love wine and beer, Portland or Oregon's great for it. Sorry, California.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
If we're thinking about bringing family, can we bring the family? I know usually the tickets are like adults, right? Husband, wife, but if bring the kids, is there anything for the kids to do out of there, or we just dump them in the hotel room?
There's not
So-
really a lot for little kids.
Yeah, they're not little, but yeah, something like maybe hotel swimming pool. I think they have a pool there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is a pool there. I would say, I mean, to be fully transparent, it's not very kid oriented at the hotel. It is more.
Yeah, I've
of
been
the
there.
older generation.
You know.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as that goes, yeah. There are certainly things in the region, which Rick, I'm sure you've been to them, but you know, some of the air museums that are around, the kids get a big kick out of, and I think Pat's Acres is pretty close by to do some go-karting.
Cool.
So there's kind of a additional follow-up. If you could get a list of the local wineries, there was some interest in that. And then also there's, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so what we're doing for people from out of town is we're putting together PDFs of different activities and events to do, from hiking in the area to sightseeing to wineries to golf. So that's a good takeaway that we'll include on the winery and the vineyard tours, to try and get as many on there as we can for everyone to take a look at, and have them geographically pinned around where they are from the host hotel.
Great. There's a question if there's any kind of local car scene, any sort of like nighttime activities, if people would try to catch up to a car meet, anything like that.
John Martini, you want to answer that one?
Well, I don't know what Cars and Coffee is going to be like by then. That's probably all there is. There's nothing in downtown Portland. Matter of fact, downtown Portland's been in the news a lot. We want to downtown Portland. But I can't think of anything. The original venue for the car show was the World of Speed Museum, which is all about cars. Unfortunately, COVID has put them out of business. So it's closed.
Change it.
I don't know who's going to buy the building by next year, but I doubt it'd be ready.
So any like Fast and Furious type car meets at night with good music and
None that you want to go to.
Yeah,
Okay.
none that you want to take your NSX to.
No.
So they're going to be, I assume there'll be group drives through scenic areas. Do you want to elaborate on some of that or not at this point?
You've got the Mount Hood Drive, the St. Helens Drive that you and I did about a month ago that we all did. That was fantastic.
Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, in a nutshell, I think since the drives are going to be a little bit dependent on if there is anything going on in the area at that time, our target is to get them to see as much scenery, mountains, trees, and rivers as possible. So as much as we can cram into those drives is what our plan is to do.
I assume Voodoo Donuts is still open.
It is.
Yep.
Yep.
All the locations are.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions before we move along on the agenda?
Tyson, did you have anything to add that you want to throw in? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely want to connect with Mark, who's the new Acura rep. So we learned a couple of days ago that John Watts from Acura is retiring. So we're going to transition our focus to a new representative from that area. So I'm excited to see what he has in store for us.
Yeah, that sounds good. And everyone at Acura was pretty excited when it was announced that NSXPO was going to be on the West Coast. So should be a pretty fun year from all involved next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And I neglected to mention that Warren Woodcox is also on the team when I introduced the team earlier. So sorry about that, Warren.
Not a problem. There was a question about if somebody's shipping a car, where would they have it shipped? Can they have it shipped to the hotel? Is there maybe a better place?
That's a good question. I don't. That's something I have to write down. I don't know if Ira, have you thought about that? I didn't think about that.
No. I'm assuming
somewhere in town there. I'm sure a car could get delivered. Right?
I'm talking Acura or Portland Acura would accept a car in their big parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working with some of the local dealerships or?
Yeah, loosely. Both of the Portland dealerships both have some interest in being involved. So we'll see what we end up getting to at that point.
Okay. Any other questions going once?
I got a question about who's managing the track event.
Dave.
Dave.
Dave Levy.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, so there won't be like an organization manager. Dave's handling all the details.
Correct. Yeah. I think he had, I don't remember how many drivers he had lined up, but it was a substantial amount. So he has things pretty well ironed out for the track event.
And again, I think he was also the lead back in 2008. So he's got a lot of experience. So we're really pleased that he stepped up to help out again for this year / next year's event.
Yep.
I assume he'll be able to provide details on track insurance and things like that.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. I don't have to drive like 3 days to get somewhere. It's great.
We're looking forward to it.
We just got to be able to get you in the country more.
Yeah. I know.
We'll open it one day.
We got time. We got time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you to all the hard work that all of y'all have put on this event that's now postponed to next year. It'll be even better. We've got a whole extra year of work to leverage off of. At this point, what I'd like to do is segue into the next section of the meeting. But before doing that, I want to give a shout out to the sponsored videos for today. They are Driving Ambition, Haggerty, and then obviously also featuring NSXPO 2021, the Portland team. All of those videos have been posted to the NSXCA website and should be available. And then at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Cindy Wisner, who's our secretary, and she's going to talk about the election results. Cindy?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm wearing my next NSX Acura outfit that I got at the Expo, the last one we had in Washington, D.C. I was just on the corner flagging at turn 1 at Waterford Hills. So we are still racing here in Michigan, but we're winding down. So it's my pleasure to be able to announce the election results from our 2020 election. The results of the 2020 election for president, Northwest Region Rep, and South Central Rep beginning in 2021 are here. The winners have been elected to terms beginning January 1, 2021 and continuing for 3 years. The voting opened on September 15th. It closed at the end of the day Pacific time on September 30th. May Lee, Nathan Robertson, and Peter Cunningham were nominated for the office of president. And I am pleased to announce congratulations to Peter Cunningham. He has been elected to a second 3-year term as president. Peter received more than 57% of the vote. Thanks to May Lee and Nathan Robinson for their candidacy. May Lee was the next highest vote getter, and Nathan Robertson was third. I have a couple other announcements. In the Northwest region, we will be saying thank you to Warren, but he'll stay on with the Portland team. And we had 2 candidates, Brian Miller and Richard Lai, were nominated. I want to say congratulations to Richard Lai. He received more than 80% of the votes in the Northwest region from members of the Northwest region, and he's our new Northwest regional representative. And then congratulations to Ed Summers. Ed Summers has been elected to continue as the South Central regional representative. Thanks to everyone who participated in our club. Thanks for voting. And we look forward to hearing from you on what we can do for our members in this upcoming year and also at NXPO. Thanks, May.
Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Cindy, for that announcement. Congratulations to Peter and to Richard and to Ed, who was running unopposed. So that's not a surprise there. So at this point, we're going to turn over the, we're going to open up the live auction. Dan Murphy, you want to kick off? We're going to go from building up to what we think is going to be the highlights of the items towards the end. So we're going to start smaller and build up. So we've got a list. We did open up the auction to folks who were not potentially going to be able to attend today's session. So we had an offline portion that people could email their bids in. We've got those pulled, and Dan, I'll turn it over to you, and I'll be assisting with regards to any questions about items.
Great. So we are going to kick off. I hope everyone's had a chance to review the items up for auction. We have some great gift cards, as well as some spectacular performance enhancing parts for your car. in addition to access to Fiesta and a beautiful custom luggage set. So what we took early bids. People have been sending in bids through via email leading up to this. So that gives us a good starting point for some of the bids. And we're going to open with the 2 Science of Speed gift certificates. And the way we'll run this is we'll take the top bid, we'll get one, and then the second bid we'll get the other. That's normally how we do it, correct, May? You're still on mute, May. So
Yes, that's correct. Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, that's correct. That's how we normally do it. So do we start off 50 bucks?
Thing. So the opening bid on the Science of Speed $100 gift certificate is $100.
I was going to start at 50 to kind of, warm up the crowd here.
Well, I got, according to email, I got people willing to pay $100. So that's the bid to beat.
Okay, let's go with 100 then.
Yep. So let me actually just set up my screen so that I can see, and we're taking bids in the chat. Is that correct?
If people are having issues unmuting, by all means, put it in the chat window. We'll monitor the chat window.
Oh, Chumley's on.
So I see someone asking if they can allow bid for both gift certificates. Sure. Just
sure.
Take first and second place all by yourself, and you can have them both.
So to answer the question that's coming into the chat, the list of items is posted to the NSXPO website. So if you want to mosey on over there, there's been a bunch of stories that have been posting over the last couple of days, but one of the posts is pictures and the auction item list in order from all the way up to the big items towards the bottom of the list. So head over there. And I see Alan has added the URL for that page directly into the chat window, so you can just click on that and access the list.
Yep. And I'll also, for relevant items, I'll have pictures up so you can see what's going on. All right.
So the person that asked if they could buy both $100 gift certificates, do we have a bid for 200 for both?
Well, we do have a bid for 200 for both, so you got to go 210 if you want them both. Anyone for 105 for a gift certificate? Yeah, I did have a feeling when they got bid all the way up to 100, I had a feeling this might be a quick auction for the Science of Speed gift cards.
Okay, well, let's go in once. Going twice. Okay, offline bidder wins.
Sold. All right. So and the next item up is, and let me pull up the picture. We have fabulous Euro Boutique carbon fiber rock guards.
And Rick is on the line. You can take questions if you have any.
Yeah, Rick, feel free to chime in on these.
Yeah, I mean, we have different models. One for the the NA1s and one for the NA2 bumpers. But it's a set of 4. They're all laser cut, and pretty much they're made of carbon. So it helps keep a lot of the rock chips away, from the fender areas. Because usually those areas we don't put, paint protection film on it. So it's a nice thing just to have it there, and it keeps all the paint from chipping.
Great. So the opening bid, we already have a bid. Someone already wants these. The opening bid would be $190 to top this. Do we have a bid for 190?
Oh wow.
and Rick, what's the list priced on these?
I think at $269 on the website.
Okay, so at $190, you're still at a really good price point. So this is a pretty good steal here. Does anybody want to put a bid in for 190?
You can't make those in purple, can you, Rick?
No, man, we cannot.
Okay.
I can wrap it in purple for you.
All right, I see a bid for 190. Smart man there. Does anybody want to go up to 200? $200 for some great rock guards.
Let me check the.
So the question is shipping included?
Yeah, shipping's included. So yeah, just let me know where you guys are at, and then we'll ship it out to you.
All right, this is a $200 ship for 4 rock guards. I mean, this is a pretty impressive deal.
Rick, you can probably find purple tinted candy clear coat.
And unless I'm mistaken, these also mount on the new NC1 as well, right? So it's a
Yeah, we have a different kit for the NC1. The NC1 kit's a little bit different because of the rear bumper is unique, the way it's spaced out. But yeah, this is the ones here are for the NA1s and NA2s, and then the NC1's a little bit different kit. Yes.
Are they for the front suspension, correct?
They're for the front and rears on the NA1 and NA2s. On the NC1s, we have a custom bracket set up for the rear, and then the fronts are just bolt on. So those are easy.
So this is for the NA1, NA2. So if you're putting your car on Bring a Trailer and you want that $250,000 price, you better make sure you don't have any rock chips. So, spend $200 now and get these carbon fiber rock guards and preserve that upcoming $250,000 Bring a Trailer bid that you're going to get for your car. All right, so we have 200. Anyone for 200? We're going to go once. All right, you guys are missing out on a great opportunity here, going twice. All right, sold for $190. Wisely built. All right, next up is a $100 gift certificate from Euro Boutique. So if you are kicking yourself now and wishing that you had got those rock guards, you can buy them for basically a $100 discount on the gift card. We're going to start that off at $50 for the $100 gift certificate for Euro Boutique. And that includes, not only these amazing rock guards, but if you have an NC1 and you want the new version of the rock guards, they have great center console kits. If you didn't watch the video about all the amazing products they have, you go back and watch it, and you can spend this $100 gift certificate on a lot of really good things. So do we have a bid for $50 for this?
I got a bid. I'll bid 50.
All right, one in for 50. Do we have anyone for $60? $60. $75 bid. Look at that. Now there is the bid of a winner. All right, we've gone to 75. Well,
I'll bid 90.
95. 90? All right. Right back at 90. Who's going to go for 95? 95 to steal this gift certificate from Mei Li. Just the satisfaction of $95. Look at that. See? I knew that would do it. $95. $95 bid. Is somebody going to go for 99? Who wants that $99 bid?
Oh, come on. Let's go in $10 increments.
Yep. Oops, too late. Hugh, you're too slow on the beat. $99. Save a buck on a gift certificate. Who wants a $99 bid? You hearing anything? All right, 95. The $95 bid is going once. It's going twice. And it is now sold. All right.
And before we go to the next one, this is Alan, your NSXCA treasurer, just talking about how the cash out will work. I'm tracking who's winning, and which is taking about all my meager brain power just to keep up with that. And then after the auction is over, I will contact all the winners. I have all your information, at least I should, and then we can work out payment and all that stuff. If you're impatient and want to write to me beforehand, you can do that at treasurer@nsxca.org. But in the meantime, I'll be writing to the winners after this is over. So if you don't hear anything right immediately, it's because, again, my meager brain, my low wattage brain, which really needs more coffee, I can't watch these beautiful slides and send email at the same time. So I can't even walk and chew gum, and don't get me started on driving and having coffee. So you'll hear from me after the auction. So bid them high, bid them high, bid them high, and then we'll work out all the payment details afterwards.
Thanks, Alan.
All right, thanks, Alan. So next up, we have some great items from Driving Ambition. We actually have 2 camber correction kits and 1 Comtech coupe strut brace. So, and I wonder that. So we're going to start off with a great deal, $100. $100 will get you this front camber kit. Do we have a bid for $100 for this? We have one, but I had a feeling we'd get a $100 bid in no time. So we got a $100 bid. Can we go to 125? Do we have a bid for 125? Incredible bargain at 125. We know we know we got lots of 125. All right, great. Are we having an audio bid or?
Is anyone having issues chatting from mobile?
Gotcha.
What's the question?
You may not have a chat button if you're in an app on mobile.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you don't have a chat button, go ahead and unmute yourself and just voice your bid.
Yep.
I have a chat button, but it won't let me send a message.
There is a chat button on screen. Chat button on mobile. You have to press the screen, then a message appears at the top of the screen, and the chat button appears there. Or at least that's how it works on iPhones.
Yeah, it's a little touchy. But as I said, if you want to do audio bids, we'll listen.
What are we up to?
So we're at 125. We're looking for a $150 bid. Who's got a $150 bid? 125 is winning. Hugh is trying to get it for 130, but we're trying to get him to bid 150.
Come on, Hugh, just a couple bucks more. Let's amp it up.
Still, you know. All right, we'll stick with his 130 bid. I don't know if I'm going to let that stand for too long, but fine. 130 now. Do we have 150? Who's gonna show Hugh how to bid properly and put a $150 bid up?
Okay. Okay, should we call it?
Well, do we have anyone who's still trying to bid, or we got their chat figured out? Let's give it a little bit of time. We got anyone for 150 for this? It's a $245 kit. Great deal at 150. All right, if not, Hugh's $130 bid is
we have two of these, correct?
Yeah, we have two of these. So it'll be 130 and 125 is the top. All right, going once, going twice.
Sold.
Sold, 130 and 125.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move to the Comtech Coupe strut brace. That is a $295 value. We're gonna start that at 150. Who wants 150? $150 for this very attractive looking strut brace. We have 160. I like that ambition. See, if you really want to win an auction, you go bigger. 160. Do we have 175? Anyone willing to do 175?
So is this for both coupes and targas, or doesn't it matter?
It looks like it's just a coupe brace, if I'm viewing it correctly.
Let me pull the URL for the actual item. I'll add it to the chat window. Hold on.
Okay, great. Yeah, the coupe thing, I'd be interested.
Yeah, I'm assuming it looks like a coupe brace.
It looks coupe-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we do have a $175 bid. Do we
I'll
have?
say 200. 200 for me.
$200 bid. All right.
Okay, the product details are in the chat window. I just cut and pasted the email that Shad sent me, so you can go and look at the specs online at his site.
All right. So there is also a comment that you can use it for a coupe as long as you just leave your target top in place. 225. 220. You know, I should just let this auction run itself. You guys are bidding all on your own. So we're at 225. 225 for this great brace. Do we have a 240? 240. 240 bid. 240 to take this brace. 240. All right. We are at 240. We want to eke up to 250. Who wants to do 250 for this brace?
It's coupe only, by the way.
What's that?
It's coupe only. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's only one of these braces, so it's only there's only a first place bid wins. So 240 is taking this brace, unless you want to speak up now. Do I hear 250? Anyone for 250? All right, 240 is going once. 240 is going twice. 240 sold. Thank you very much. Well purchased. All right, our next items are moving on from Cedar Ridge. And we have a variety of items from Cedar Ridge. We have 2 adjustable length exhaust hangers, 1 short shift kit, get back in there, 2 harmonic balance timing belt shields, 1 front compliance clamps kit, and 1 red front and rear tow hook set. And you can see the pictures here up on the screen. So we are going to start with the adjustable length exhaust hangers right here on this one. And we're going to open the opening bid. They've already been bid on. The opening bid is $40. So it'll take, who wants to pay $50 for these? $50 bid for the adjustable length exhaust hangers. We have a wise man already bid $50. Do I see 60? 60 for these exhaust hangers.
Thanks, Alec, for the $50 bid.
Yep. So I actually, I misread my notes. The email bids, the top bid is $88. And the second place bid was $40. So right now, $50 is taking one of them, but we got to go up a little higher. So do we have $75 bid? Currently 88 and 50 are taking it. Who wants to bid 75 and get into this adjustable length exhaust hangers? Everybody, you know that your exhaust is crooked. I mean, we know that everybody has a crooked exhaust, and don't pretend that you don't. All right. Well, so second place bid of 50 is going once, going twice on $50. And we have sold for 50 in addition to our email bid. Well bought there. These are great hangers. All right, so now let's move on to the short shift kit right here. We're going to start that at a $30 bid. $30 bid to get the short shift kit in. Who wants to spend $30? This is I mean, if anybody doesn't know Titanium Dave's quality, he builds amazing parts. $30. Good.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason, for that. It is, yeah, as Hugh pointed out, it is well worth it. These are well-crafted parts. Dave does not mess around when he builds things. So who's up for $40 for the short shift kit? $40.
I think also one of the things David said that this is one of his first products, and he sold a ton of these over the years. It's that popular.
Yeah, and I don't think he's got anybody that breaks.
We'll get a $40 bid from
$40 bid. Yeah, somebody just pointed out they have 200,000 miles on it, and it's still running like a dream. So who's up for $50 for one of these uber reliable short shift kits? $50. We have a $50 bid for this. And if you're gonna spend the money, spend it on something that you know is reliable and solid. And this part is right here. Retail price is $60. All right. Do we have $50 bid? All right, $50. All right, so $50 bid. So $50 going once. $60.
60. Thank you, John.
All right, great, John. $60. $60 bid, and there's only one of these available. So if you want it, you got to go up to $70. Do we have a $70 bid? $70 bid for this. If you buy it on the auction, it adds 5 horsepower to your car. It's so you think you might be able to buy it but if you pay $70 now, it's a all right. So $60 is going once. $60 going twice. Sold for $60.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. So next up is these harmonic balance timing belt shield, which if you were paying attention to Dave in his presentation, it'll save your engine from major problems. If this blows, if the belt goes, you can. This is some of the best insurance you can buy for your engine. So we have two of these set up, and we already have a bid online for $50. So let's start off for the second place bid at $40. Does anybody want $40 for one of these for the take the other? $40 bid. I had a feeling that would go fast. All right, so now we're at, who wants a $50 bid? Who wants to go up to $50? Do I see 50 for this? Yes.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Smart. So we have 50. Or do we have a $60 bid? Oh, we had 2 people bidding for 50, but Ben got in there a little quicker than Steve. $60. $60 bid. 60 is the price to beat now. Do we have 65? $65 bid. Anyone going for 65 to take this?
Come on, Ben. Come on, Steven. You can beat Alan out on this.
60, 65.
No, they're tired of bidding. No, they're giving up already.
They're 2 available. So currently $60 is taking one, 50 is taking the other. Do we have another $60
we have 2
bid?
people who would bid 50.
Perfect.
Here
So
we
we're
are.
at 60, 65. 65 is what it's going to take to get one of these. Who wants in for 65? It's only $5. I mean, that's like a cup of coffee. You're protecting your engine for the difference of a cup of coffee. Who wants in for 65? Otherwise, these guys are going to have their engine protected, and you're going to be all alone.
Neener.
All right. $65. Any takers for 65? All right. The $60 bid is going once. $60 going twice. Sold for $60. First and second place are both $60 in this case.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So we're going to move on to the front compliance clamp kit. And this is a pretty robust kit. And if I recall, I believe those bolts are titanium. So that's we're talking about some sturdy, heavy-duty compliance kit here. So let's start the bidding off on that for $100.
This is the $215 value.
$215 value for $100. Look at that. Smart man.
100 right away.
110. How about 125? Yeah, this kit also is proven durable. This is not going to break on you. 125. Who's got a $125 bid for this? We're at 110. We're looking at 125. Someone wants durability. Somebody wants quality parts. 125. There you go. There's
Thanks,
only
Alec. Oh, Orlando, another 125 bid. 150.
150. All right, step up. That's right. Go big or go home, folks. 150. Do we have a $170 bid? Anyone looking at 170? 170. Great deal at $215 for this. 170. We got a lot of interest. I know a lot of people are scratching their chins right now thinking, should I do 150? No, 151's not going to cut it. You got to go in. How about compromise? 160. Put 160 on the table and you can knock Steve off.
Tonight.
Do we hear 160? 160. There you go. Yeah.
Thanks, Alec.
All right, come right back with 170, Steve, or you can go all the way up to 200 if you want.
There you go.
Just deliver the 170. Do we hear 170? Or do you want to just finish the fight with 200?
We got 170.
Yes.
All right, battle it out, guys. Stop swinging your left hand. Just go in with the right.
You can't let this happen.
Just go in, all in. $200. Who's coming in with 200? Knock them out. This kid is definitely worth it.
We're happy to take any kind of drunk bids. So.
Yeah. We're at 170.
Yeah, start drinking.
All right, how about 180? $180. This is you're at even at the $250 price. These are bargain parts.
Come on, Alec, you know you want it.
Only on a boat.
180. 180. Who's at 180? Who wants to go 180? All right. Okay. Well, 170. 170 is going to go once. 170 is going twice. 171 is not going to cut it. This is not the Price is Right. $170. We are sold.
Okay, awesome.
Great.
Thanks for the spirit of bidding there.
All right, so the final item from Cedar Ridge, these spectacular tow hook sets. I mean, if you really want to tow your car, you're not going to mess around here. And they're painted in a lovely red. So we have an online bid already. It's going to take $100 if you want to walk away with this front and rear tow hook set. So we need to open up the bidding at 110. You can come in at 110 if you want to touch these. Who wants all right, we got a bit of 110. That didn't take long. Let's go to 125. Who wants to walk away with these for 125? I mean, they're red.
It's red, for God's sake.
And these are a $160 value.
Yeah, and all the proceeds here tonight, unless I'm mistaken, they're all going towards NSXPO 2021 in the budget. It costs a surprising amount of money to run one of these events, and all the proceeds here are going directly to that club function for everybody having a great time at NSXPO. So despite Facebook rumors, this money is not going to a slush fund that we use to buy champagne or corporate jets. This all goes to NSXPO proceeds. So.
This offsets the cost of the boat tour, right?
No, what it does is, I mean, the biggest thing that these the proceeds do is it keeps the event cheap for everyone else. The amount that we charge the members for the guests does not come close to covering the event. So if raising money through auctions like this is really what allows everybody to have a great time at the NSXPO events. All right, so we are.
So to answer the question, the auction items are not already in our possession, so they will need to be shipped from the vendors.
Yeah. So we're at 110. Do we have 125 for this beautiful red tow hook set? Nobody will miss where to put that hook because that red will just show them right perfectly. And honestly, I mean, I know some people say other colors better, but clearly red is the best color going here. You really want them in red. You're going to have these.
No, I recently had to use the tow hooks on a different car, so believe me, I want them on the NSX now.
All right, so do we have 125? Anybody for 125? If not, we're going to go 120, 110.
Yeah, let me answer Alec's question. If you win an item, this is Alan, your NSXCA treasurer. I will be in touch with you after the auction to work out all the payment details.
All right, so we got 110. 110 going once. 110 going twice. Someone's getting a steal on 110 only for these. 110 going twice. Sold for 110.
And they're red. Thank you.
All right, so moving down, let me bring up the next picture. The next items are from NSX E-Repair. I have a picture for that?
There was no picture for that.
Oh, there's no picture for that. Okay. So we'll just go back to our general picture. But what it is we have a gift certificate for an instrument cluster repair. To get your instrument cluster repaired from NSX E-Repair, The opening bid, I don't know what the retail price on this, but the opening bid that we have, someone already wisely wanted to purchase online. We are at $225.
So let me give you some background on these. We have two of these. So there are two items that NSX eRepair has donated to the club. One of them is the CCU Repair gift certificate. It's a $275 value a piece, and we have two of them up for grabs. And then there's a second one, a second item we'll go into next.
Okay. I got my notes wrong in this. Do you want to run this one, May? Or so it's two gift certificates.
There are two CCU repair gift certificates, and then there are two instrument cluster repair gift certificates.
Okay, so we got a total
of 4 items total.
4 items total. Okay.
Two
so
each.
This is for the instrument cluster repair kit. We'll start with that, right?
That one is a $300 value. Let's start with the CCU repair. That's a $275 value.
Okay. Yeah, I got my notes all messed up on this one. All right, so we'll start with the CCU repair. And which one is the?
It looks like the pre options were both for the instrument.
Both for the instrument? Okay.
That's what it looked like according to your notes.
Okay, good. All right, so then for the instrument, but we want to start with the CCU one, right? And I didn't put that in my notes.
Right, it looks like we didn't have pre whatever for those.
Okay, so we didn't get a vote for that. Sorry, this is what happens when I run things. It gets messed up. So this is a CCU repair kit, and we're starting that at 100.
Sounds good. It's a $275 value, and we've got two of these. So, why don't we just do one auction for this, and whoever's first place gets one of them, and the second place bidder will get the second one.
That sounds good.
Yep. All right. So for the CCU repair, we're starting that at $100. Do we have a $100 bid for that?
Tell us, what's a CCU?
The climate control unit.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's talk this up. This is so important.
Nope. Thank you, because I was. All right. So Brian, yeah, $100. We already have a bid for that. This is definitely, now that it's the climate control unit repair, this is something that everybody has a break on that. So do we have 125? This is definitely, if you haven't used one already, you'll be due for one. So
125.
125.
Old cars, folks.
125.
And I can attest to this. I've actually had this done on my NSX before from Brian.
Yeah, Brian is. What I do know is he is the benchmark. I mean, if you want this repaired right, Brian is the benchmark on how to get this repaired. So 125. Do we have 150? 150. This is gonna save you money down the road when your climate control breaks out. Don't get stuck on that hot summer day without this repair kit ready to go. We're 150. Who wants to bid 150 for this? Yeah, the recommendations just keep rolling in. Everyone who has worked with this kit is like, this is so worth the money. A replacement board costs $800, so for a mere $150, you can really. This is
a lot better than trying to source a unit. Oh, believe me.
Exactly. This is one of these items this is really a bargain at 150. And this is all going out to make NSXPO cheaper and better. If we raise enough money on this auction, there's a really good chance they'll have an open bar. So what you're doing here is you're helping for the open bar option.
Yeah, Dan, I'm sure the Portland team is thinking, oh my gosh, now we got to go add that open bar thanks to your promise.
Well, only if they're going to judge me on how well I did with this auction. If I was able to do a really spectacular view, you might be buying a round of drinks for every NSXPO. So who do we have? We have 150. Come on, somebody's got to do 150 for this. It's going for a really good cause. Do we have 150?
Someone just noted in the chat that the Acura part now is $1,200.
Wow.
That's the Acura part. So this is really a good value.
Yeah.
Can I bid 125 for both? I mean, for each.
So
you're saying 250 for both?
Yeah, exactly, 250.
So we basically just got another $125 bid. You know what? I'm gonna knock you out of the park. I'm gonna bid 150 for this myself. So It's 150. We're looking at 175. Yeah, and once you do this kit, they're in great shape for years. So
Yeah.
this is the type of thing that you do it right with this e-repair kit, and you'll be in good shape. So
it's better than the original because it's better components. So
yeah,
if you recently had it done like Mitch did, you're fine.
Yeah, this is a case where technology has moved forward. Brian K has done even better than the factory parts. This is definitely an upgrade to your system. So
that's not just an Acura problem. I have the same issue on BMWs too. That those 30-year-old capacitors just suck.
Yep. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely. So 175. Who wants one of these spectacular? I mean, anyone 175? All right. If not, we're going to wrap this up and we're going to do 160. 160 going once. $160 and $150. So now we're going to move on to the instrument cluster.
Who are the winners? Sorry, I lost track.
Steve Popov was 160. And I wisely see I'm showing how smart of an auctioneer I am by bidding 150 for that. I mean, that was just a great price.
Awesome.
All right. So now we're doing the instrument cluster repair gift certificate.
It's a $300 value.
Yeah, that's not on his website, interestingly enough.
Will that fix tachometer problems?
It may. I just had mine done. So I sent mine away probably close to about 8 months ago. He turned it around in just a matter of a couple weeks, put it back in my car, and everything was perfect again. So this actually can cause fires in your dash. We have had issues with that. But if you have any lights that are blinking on and off randomly, like some of the door indicators, if you have a oil pressure sensor that doesn't look right, it's not normally the oil pressure sensor, but there are some issues around that as well. And it's the same problem. The capacitors need to be replaced. So
yeah, the trunk open light is another classic sign.
That's the classic one. That's where where it starts, is right in the middle, down in the center.
Capacitors leak all over the board, and they can destroy it and cause a fire.
Yeah. So I did mine kind of on a preventive type of scenario. I had the oil pressure light starting to blink. I changed the oil pressure sensor, didn't fix it, so I sent my board in and got it all done by Brian. He doesn't have it on his website, but he turns it around right away, just like he does with the speakers and the climate control.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, so we are starting, what did we say we're starting this one at? Oh, 225.
225.
All right, we have a 225 bid. We have two for 225. Do we have a 250? 250 bid. I hear keyboards clacking. 250, $250 bid. We have two of these, correct?
Yes.
All right. So
yeah, you also have a 225 bid that came in previously.
Okay, so we have two for 250. It's going to take 275 to. Well, we'll make it easy on you guys. I can tell we have a lot of people. Well, 260. Do I have a $260 bid? Yeah. See, I knew he wanted to bid 260.
I'll take 260 as well.
All right. So we have a question: is it a purely electronic repair?
I think it's just the electronics, but I can't swear to it.
It's not a mechanical, the odometer.
It's not. It's just the electronic capacitor replacement.
So we have.
Who knows? Maybe he'll hit it with a hammer and fix the trip meter too. Who knows?
270. Do we have 270? No, 265. You got to go to 270, Mark. Come on, 270. There
Alan's
you go.
270.
270. All right. How about 290? This is clearly some interest. Jump up. Let's get some real, meat on the bones here. $290. $290. All right.
A new player.
Three crisp $100.
Oh, 300. We got 300 from Hugh.
300. All right. How about 320? Are we at 320? 320 for this. Don't let your NSX catch on fire. You could be sitting there looking at your wallet saying, why didn't I just spend $320 and save my NSX from catching on fire?
Especially if it's a purple one. Those are the most worrisome.
Yeah, they're the most flammable.
Yeah, anyone with a purple one should just jump right in here.
Yeah, 320 for a, what's the retail on this again?
I believe it's on the website. I think it's 500.
No,
sorry.
it's not on the website.
It's not on the website.
Yeah, $300 value. No, I'm talking about the NSXCA website.
Oh, okay.
Because I put all of the values on there when I posted the page. So
okay.
$300 value for this.
All right, so 300, 310. So we're gonna go 310 because right now it's 300 and 290 is taking it. 310. Who wants 310 to buy one of these?
Especially anyone with a purple. Come on, they're the worst.
310. Do we have it? All right, 300 is going once. 300 is going twice. Sold for 300.
Hugh, what's your last name?
Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right.
He's a longtime NSXCA member.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get the right person though for.
Yeah.
And what's RJ's? RJ Orlando. Okay, got him. I know who that is.
Okay, now we're down to the last two items.
All right.
Big
So,
one.
do I have that other picture? I need the picture.
Yeah, there's a better picture somewhere.
Yeah, there's a picture of it in the car. This is the one I was looking for.
No, there's still one more picture.
Just go to the website.
There you go. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, this I actually
Isn't that glorious?
Great picture. So this is a 3-piece luggage set. Very hard to find. Designed to fit in the car, designed for the car, branded. If you look at some of the other pictures we'll show, it says NSX right on it. And I have a variety of pictures that I can go through to show you.
It's a Michael Clow set.
Yeah,
that's
so
the designer.
So this picture, it shows you the interior of it. It's in really great shape. This is one that, in addition to having a hard time in finding these, it's hard to find them in really good condition. So if you zoom in, you can really see that this is not heavily worn. This is not heavily abused. The person even owns a dog, so they're great people.
Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat in the picture.
No, he's got a cat and a dog. This is an animal lover who took great care of these pieces.
So one note about this item, the shipping fees will need to be paid separately by the winner. And there is a minimum reserve price on this per the owner. It was a request for that fee in part of the auction.
So again, but the way this one will work is the winner will pay me, and I'll work with you on that. And then there will be a separate shipping charge, which you'll work out with the person who's selling the luggage, because that's just a wash through. It has nothing to do with the club. Yeah. So that the reason that we didn't include it is because we expect to have a number of the high potential of people outside the United States wanting this, and so that way we don't have to worry about the shipping. It's
right, and in that way,
you and the person selling it.
Yeah.
And that way, also, in case the person who wants to, maybe they want to have it overnighted, maybe they want extra insurance or whatever, we didn't want to have that be part of the auction proceeds.
Yeah, or if you're local or something like that. And Mitch, yeah, this is the full set of 3.
Was it a 4-piece set or a 3-piece set originally?
This is a 3-piece set. This
is a 3-piece set. Yeah.
Okay.
So just to give.
According to Ben, the official set from Honda was 3, so this is considered a complete set then.
Okay.
There were other items, but the full set as a set was 3.
Okay.
So just as an FYI, this is if you are into collecting NSX memorabilia and collectibles, this is very, very rare for something like this to come up on the market. In the past, we did a kind of quick look online. These have sold for several $1,000s. So this is very unusual that we were able to offer this year. We're really lucky that somebody reached out to the club and was willing to help us by donating this for this auction.
All right.
Thanks to Warren for working out all those details.
Yep. So we're going to start this out at a $2,000 bid. Do we have $2,000 for these? $3,000 bid. There we go. There is a man who knows what he's looking at. That is a solid price for this. $3,000. Does anyone want to go to 3,250, 3,250?
May, if you're interested in this, we can have it dyed purple.
I've got a lot of purple luggage, so I will pass on this one. Thank you.
All right, 3,250, and let me know if you want me to go back through any of the pictures. 3,250, as was mentioned, a lot of times the interiors of these cracked, and I wanted to bring up that picture where the interior is in great shape. This is the type of item if you're really wanting to have the complete NSX.
I wish I had the briefcase. Don't need the whole thing.
Nope. Looks like somebody's.
We're not bad.
Need to mute, please.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Tim.
So I want to mention that a key fob that matches this set sold this spring for $420. So just to give you a little example of what kind of value is on these pieces of luggage.
We have 30. Yeah, at 3,000, you're getting a great deal. So someone should jump in for 3,250. 3,250, just a small jump. Who wants a luggage set? Anyone going to challenge Mitch for this luggage? Don't let him walk away with this this incredible deal here. And Mitch is waving $20 bills in my direction, trying to get me to swing that hammer. All right. Well, 3,000. 3,000. Do we have any takers above 3,000? If not, it's going to be boy. He's walking away. 3,000 going once. 3,000 going twice. Sold for 3,000.
Congratulations,
Awesome.
Mitch.
Well bought. That was a great.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got the final item on the auction. This is a very, very exclusive package. We've got 2 of these. We've been working very closely with the NSX Club of Japan to get access to NSX Fiesta. So for folks who are members of the NSX Club of America, Alan, is that you? Can I ask you to mute if that's you on the keyboard?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. So but for folks who are members of the NSX Club of America, you're aware that we do an annual event called NSXPO, and it takes place in different areas around the United States. The NSX Club of Japan also has an annual event called NSX Fiesta. And next year, originally it was going to be this year, but next year will be the very last Fiesta ever to be held. They will not be going forward with Fiestas in the future. So this is really, really going to be very highly sought after. There's a very limited number of people who are able to attend this event. What the NSX Club of Japan has done in partnership with our club is provided us 2 packages. Each package has 2 slots so that a person and either a significant other or a friend, whoever, can attend. We're going to be offering access to NSXCA members later, or not later this year, probably early next year, with regards to, having people be able to attend, but they're only going to be people who are members of the club will have access. So one slot per member. This is the only opportunity to be able to purchase 2 slots. So if you would like to bid, the details will be provided later when the event costs have been finalized. Now, let me be clear, this is not going to get you into the NSX Fiesta event or the optional tour that they're going to add on afterwards. This is just access to the package to be able to attend. There will be separate costs for NSX Fiesta if that's all you want to do is to go to NSX Fiesta, or if you also want to join the optional tour. In the past, what the NSX Club of Japan has done is they put together a roughly 7-day tour afterwards, where we visited different sites places like Twin Ring Motegi, the Honda Collection Hall, Fuji Motor Speedway, the NSX Refresh Facility. Now, we don't know whether or not these places will be the same places that we'll get to visit next year. This is to give you an idea of some of the places that we visited in a past NSX Fiesta post tour. In the 2010 year, the cost for both NSX Fiesta and this tour combined was $1,635, and that covered hotels, meals, and transportation within Japan from one facility to the next, and then obviously included the NSX Fiesta fees. I don't know how much NSX Fiesta only fees are going to be next year, and I don't know how much the optional tour is going to be next year. So just to be upfront about what additional costs there will be in addition to just access to this event. So if there are any other questions, let us know, and we'll let Dan open up the bidding.
How long is the event?
The event is I believe it's two days at Suzuka.
Yeah, Fiesta itself is 2 days, and I said I don't know if this will include. Is this also for the additional tours like the Fuji and going around to different areas, or is that an unknown?
So this will provide, whoever wins this, it'll provide access for 2 people to whatever they want. If they want just Fiesta or if they want the add-on tour, but it does not include the fees for Fiesta itself or the fees for the add-on tour itself. So like I said, it was $1,635 for both NSX Fiesta and the add-on tour in 2010. That was 10 years ago. We anticipate that next year the event costs for both will likely be around the same amount. But again, we're still working through all the details with regards to hotels and whatnot. So we can't provide any commentary on specific places that we're going to be visiting, specific hotels and whatnot. But that just gives you a ballpark figure of what it will likely cost you if you wanted to do the whole shebang, the Fiesta plus the tour.
Yeah. So just for reference,
the date again?
The dates, I think it's typically October or September.
Typically it was in the October timeframe. Now, obviously right now there's a lot of things that are up in the air. We anticipate it will be in the fall timeframe next year, but right now we don't have any specific dates to be able to release.
Yeah.
As you guys know, the Olympics are taking place in Japan, I think in August of next year. So they're trying to obviously avoid, there was some talk that maybe it might go into the spring, but then there was talk that it might, stay in the fall timeframe. So again, we believe it will likely be in the fall timeframe. I would say if I was a betting gal, I would bet that it'd be in the fall timeframe. And just also to allow for this whole COVID and pandemic stuff to hopefully clear up by the fall. Now, obviously, if something happens and this event isn't held, we will refund the proceeds for whoever wins. So just want to, it's not something where it's buy now and, no returns allowed.
So for reference, in 2010, there was a large group that went, and after that, they said, no, we got to keep to small groups. In 2015, they only allowed 10 people from the U.S. to attend. So it's a very restricted group, and that's just for, keeping things kind of sane on their end. So I believe we don't have the numbers of how many slots they're going to open up for the U.S., but it could be like just 10 spots. And
that's also one of the reasons why when whatever slots that we do get for the NSX Clubs of America's allocation, because basically the NSX Club of Japan is trying to allocate slots to Europe, to Australia, to other Asian countries in the US. And so obviously being the largest club outside of the NSX Club of Japan, we will get a lot of, we'll probably get the most slots of any other region or country. But even so, like what Dan says, it's not going to be huge numbers. Yeah. Also, take into account that they're going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of the NSX. Originally, it was this year in September, but because they had to postpone it, they're going to push that out and do the celebration of the 30th anniversary next year. So this is going to be a really, really exclusive, fun event. And that's why
in 2015, there were 10 slots for US, 10 for Europe, and 10 for Australia. And that's 10 people. So this slot is for 2 people. So really, there's only, the possibility of 5 or 6 slots that will be available. Yeah, there's translators provided. You don't need to speak Japanese. There was a translator that goes along with you the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's extremely well organized. For people who don't know Hirofumi, he runs an amazing show. So if you do go, this will be a trip of a lifetime.
Also state that in 2010 when I went, they let us drive an NSX Type R on the track, which was really fun. Of course, you got to drive with your left hand because the cars are shift with your left hand. Sorry.
Yeah, I did a parade lap in a Club of Japan member's car. He let me take it out for a drive, and so it's a great experience. So we're going to start the bid for this, and there are 2 slots, so it'll be the same thing, first and second place. We're going to start at $500. Do we have a $500 bid for this? We have 500. We have 2 $500 bills or bids. $750. Do we have $750?
We have Keith's bid too, right?
Yep. Yeah, we got one backed up. All right, we're going to bump up to $1,000. Who wants in for 1,000?
So just as a heads up, we offered this package at NSXPO in Washington, D.C. last year, and I believe the winning bids both were $3,000 a piece. Because the event got postponed, what we did was we went ahead and we gave the 2 winning bid folks the option to either keep the bid going forward or to get a refund. And just because of uncertainty in the future, they both opted to get a refund. And so that's why these are both going back up on for auction, brand new to folks here.
All right, so we're at 1,000. Are we at $1,250? $1,500. $1,500 bid. $1,500 or takes the top slot. Do we have a $1,250 for second place? Or who wants to try to beat out Tim? All right, we got 15 and we got $1,250. Who wants to be at 17? $1,750. $1,700 bid? Correct. 2-person slots. You can bring your significant other or your car buddy. Take your pick. All right, 15. Do we have $1,600? $1,600.
Yes, there are 2 packages up for grabs. Each package has 2 people who can attend.
All right, we got 1,600. Do we have 1,750? 1,750. Who wants to step right up? 1,750. Don't let them take it away for 1,600. Who's in at 1,700? $1,700.
Yeah, and this is truly a once in a lifetime because this is the last time they're doing it. So
correct.
This will be very special.
Correct. $1,700. Or you could just go big and put $2,000 in. All right, we got 17. Who's going to take that knockout punch for $2,000? $2,000. There it is.
There we go.
We have a $2,000 bid. Tim is a wise man. Now we just saw $3,000 for the luggage to go. Are we going to see $2,200? $2,200 bid?
Experience. That's better than luggage.
This is better than luggage. Who wants to put $2,200 in?
I would say whoever won the luggage can bring the luggage on the trip.
We got $2,200 and $1,700. Who is going for $1,700? Who's going for $22,000? $2,200. 10% over Tim. No Godzilla insurance required. $2,200 bid. Who wants in for $2,200? Well, these people are still trying to undercut. If you really want to win this, you got to go $2,200. $2,200.
Yeah, come on, stop battling out for second place. Come on.
Yeah. If you're not in first, you're last.
What would Nike say?
Who wants to go over 2,000? These second place guys, $2,000.
Come on, this year no one's been able to really travel internationally because of the pandemic. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of.
Everybody's been saving so much money by not
demand for travel.
Not going to ballparks. All right, we got $1,950 and $2,000, so you got to go up to $2,100. Who's going 21?
Yeah, Hugh, we're not going to change the way we're doing the bidding at this point. We're not going to change it mid-auction. No. But thank you for the suggestion.
Yep. 2,100. 2,100. Anyone going 21?
again, last year these sold for 3,000 a piece. So
Yeah,
just
I got to say, this is you're not going to regret going on this. They say that if you spending money on experiences is the best way to spend your money. Stop buying materials and items. This is the type of thing that on your deathbed you'll roll over and you say, "Wow, I'm glad I put $2,100 up and made sure I locked in this experience." Yeah, okay, 2K. If you want to, if there's another $2,000 bid, we can tie it up for 2,000, Mitch. I assume Mitch is putting 2,000 on the table. 2,000 on the table. So 21 now is what it takes to get in.
So that's true. There was a comment in the chat about the Fiesta Banquet is an open bar. So
oh, yes.
they really know how. There's sake. Actually, let me show you.
This is what you get.
When I went in 20, yeah, there you go.
So what you do, you just dip this into the barrel and as much as you want to drink. And yes, I got loaded with Gansan, and we had quite a fun time.
And I got them to sign Shigeru Uehara, autographed mine, of course, in purple, and Gansan. So it's pretty awesome. This is the 2010 one. I was not able to make it to the 2015 one because we were holding NSXPO in Palm Springs. And so what was really nice was Ted Klaus. He went and he bought this back for me. So yeah, I have the 25th anniversary one as well.
Yep. Yeah, $2,100. You do. It's a great chance to really spend some time with it. 2,000 yen. Now that's an interesting bid. That's not going to cut it. $2,100 US dollars.
You also get some cool swag. So NSX Fiesta, kind of the similar with NSXPO, they have a little decal that they issue every year for every event. So when you go to the event, you'll see people's cars. They'll have these little NSX Fiesta stickers all up and down their car for like the last 10, 20, however many years they've been attending. And then there's usually swag like limited edition pins and whatnot. That's part of the swag bag.
All right. So who's gonna step up $2,100? Those two guys with $2,000 are feeling really happy. Who wants to ruin their day? Anyone? $2,100?
Oh, we got a 2,100.
Do we? All right. We have a $2,100.
We got two of them.
Two $2,100 bids. All right. Yes. We're up to 22. You know, I told you before, $2,200 is what it was going to take.
2,200.
All right. We got 22. Are we going to go to 24? $2,400. $2,400. Take this away. Take this away.
You know, Mitch, if you sell your car, you can afford it.
Exactly. You're going to have money left over. You're going to be kicking yourself for not dropping $2,400 right now.
So again, just to note that because it's the 30th anniversary, when I went for the 20th anniversary, they also had a special magazine that they sent out to people afterwards. Of course, it's still in Japanese, but what's cool is there's a group picture that we get to take on the track, and it's on the back cover. Zoom if you'd like to do the same for the event.
All right.
We kind of lost you there, May.
We kind of lost you, May, but how about $2,400? Who's going to put $2,400? I mean, make it easy for you. $2,300. All it takes is $2,300 to beat that 22 bid. $2,300.
Mitch, I'll give you $100 for the briefcase if that helps.
There you go. Mitch, you sell your briefcase for $100 and you're right in there. $2,300. Who wants $2,300? If you have open warrants in Japan, you're not eligible to bid. $2,100. Who wants $2,300? $2,300. You guys are missing out. All right, we got to wrap this up. We either need some active bidding or we're going to close this up. So we have a lot of people that I think are just waiting to see where this goes. Don't hesitate. All right, $2,200 is the top bid, and $2,150 is right behind it. Are we ready? 2,300. I'm not hearing anything. 2,200 going once. This is the time where you type $2,300 in if you want to be in. 2,200 going twice. We're not joking here. This is end of the auction. $2,200. Sold. $2,200.
$2,200 for one person and $2,150 for the other.
Yep. 21.
There we go.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
So thank you to all the folks that participated in the live auction and who also sent in bids in the offline auction. That really helps the NSX Club of America. We really appreciate all of your support. Just a reminder that tomorrow's session will be taking place at 12 noon Pacific for an hour, and it will be a look at the real-time collection hall, real-time collection hall hosted by Peter Cunningham. So hopefully you guys can join that. We'll be sending out the links for that later tonight via an email. And if you got any questions, let us know. Otherwise, thank you so much. Over and out for today.
Yeah, the real-time collection hall is a great thing, and Peter is happy to talk in detail about cars. So bring your questions and be presented to pick his brain. If you guys can stump Peter about one of his cars in his collection hall, you're going to be pretty challenged to do so.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I would
Thanks
really
everybody
actually,
for bidding and everything.
Yeah, I should have put that as an auction item. Who can stump Peter about one of his cars? I'm going to pay money to see that.
Okay, thank you.
all for
Thanks,
coming.
everyone.
All right, guys. See you later. Be safe.
Bye.
See you next time. All right. Bye.
When the finish we answer. Hit the road with insurance protection from Haggerty. Whether you drive a built racer, sports car, or exotic, and save an average of $264. Get a quote today at Haggerty.com.
Hey guys, Shad Huntley here with Driving Ambition CompTech. CompTech's kind of new here again. We've kind of regained control of the trademark names and the rights to make all of the parts. So I just wanted to give a little shop tour here of our new facility. Moved into it the middle of the summer. We're still trying to get everything put away and stuff cleaned up and put back together. Here's kind of the entryway with a kind of one of our old display engines, some of the old GTP Camel Lights trophies from back in the day, some of our newer trophies with Kip Olson and Igor and Ryland Hazelton for some of our SCCA cars. Got some of the signboards here from some of the different cars we've done over the years. There's some of Kip's car. Here's some of the original yellow wide body car we built for Acura back in the day. Here's a little sign poster we made to kind of celebrate Kip Olson's national championship here a few years ago. They also gave us this kind of cool flag that goes along with it. In the first part of the room here, we're going to go in, which is where we're doing most of the parts assembly. Here's some CompTech NSX supercharger kits getting assembled for customers. Kit's very similar to the way it's been for years and years, just like you could have gone into the factory and gone into the dealer and bought your car with a supercharger kit on it. We've made a fair amount of little upgrades to it, but still keeping its carb legality, its smog legality for the guys in California, New York, and some of the places that's really an appropriate thing. Got parts and pieces here for a lot of the things. We can do a tuner supercharger kit that uses a bigger blower. We've got some of the cam gears here we're doing for the race engines. We've got some of the S2000 parts here that we're getting ready to start making some of the S2000 supercharger kits again. Some various parts, pieces. We'll walk out in here, kind of the engine room. sub-assembly area. Got a fuel injector test bench here for checking fuel injectors. We've got a race engine here from Kip Olson's car. This is the primary engine, which actually ended up being the backup for last year's national championship. We're getting ready to pull it apart to put some new pistons in it because we're changing the compression ratio on it a little bit. Here's kind of one of the funnest, neatest projects we have going right now. This is the engine and drivetrain out of a 2017 NSX. Customer brought it in. He had an issue with the head gaskets, and the head gaskets were blown. Well, after doing a little bit of research, we kind of found out that pretty much no one's really even torn one of these motors much apart. The block itself was in good shape, but the heads were actually warped. So what we've done here is kind of a trick we learned on the older race engines. We machined the heads. We machined the heads flat again, and then we have some head gaskets being custom made that are exactly the amount thicker that we machined off of the heads. Something else we've also done with all the old race engines is we have ARP studs and nuts and washers we torque the heads down with. Well, since no one had made anything for these, we actually commissioned ARP, and they built us custom studs and nuts and washers for this thing. This is they just came in this week. We have one we're checking the links on, and then I just installed them on this side here to check and make sure we didn't have any clearance issues on any of the cams or rockers or valve train. Pretty neat engine. The block and heads are cast by Cosworth. They're, like I said, pretty interesting engine. Learning a lot about the new NSX this way. I don't think you can learn more about a car except tear it completely apart. So that's kind of what we're doing here with this. So hopefully here the head gaskets will be next week, and we can kind of get this all torqued back together and reassembled. Here is the other head bolts. We had to buy 10 car sets to kind of make it cost effective. So hopefully we'll see more of these in the future. Here's some of the transmissions. This is one from Igor's race car. We had a custom straight cut gears with dog engagement made for it, so it goes into the stock transmission case. So that's what that transmission is. We're freshening up the motor in his car just before the last race, so pistons for it should come in next week, and hopefully we'll get it back together for the last race the end of the month. Here's the turbos and intake manifold off of that 2017 NSX. Here is the spare Hollinger sequential transaxle for Kip's NSX that it's rated at 580 foot-pounds of torque and endurance trim. We have one in his car right now. This is the spare that we gotta prep. We gotta prep all the clutch lines and throwout bearing. I've got a different pneumatic actuator we need to make a bracket for so we can have a complete spare. It's kind of a parts, pieces, that sort of stuff. The shop's a little bare right now, which means that we've gotten customer cars out of here, which is good. So here is Igor's NSX waiting for to get mated back up with its engine. Hopefully that'll happen here, like I said, next 2 weeks. Got a customer NSX in here for a clutch job. Doing just a stock OEM clutch in it. Nothing fancy. We've got our S2000 road race car on the rack here. We're getting it prepped for that same event at Thunder Hill here in a few weeks. We had to change the rear end gear, just prep everything, nut and bolt everything, change the diff fluid, check gear oil. We've got over here the chassis dyno. We've got kind of a funny project on here we do for a local shop here, Hague Performance, that deals with Mazda rotaries. So we're in here doing the tuning for him on this particular car. We've got something else kind of in the corner over here. We got one of our, kind of my old friends here. This is the 1992 Acura Spice that we ran in the IMSA series for many, many years. This one is in. The new owner of it is a gentleman by the name of Taz Harvey, and Taz is a local Acura or a Honda Mazda dealer here near us. This car he bought to Vintage Race. It needs a fuel cell in it, so we've rebuilt the one in Acura's car here last summer for them, and we need a fuel cell for this one, so we're getting that one in. There's our little kind of Honda mini truck that we use for pit support, track support at the car races. Here's kind of some of my pet projects. This is a MGB serial number 2, something I inherited from my father when my father passed away. My dad's original Model A that he bought when he was 14. When he did pass away, my mom had it finished, restored. Then a couple of my little road race car, my little bug-eyed Sprite Mini is torn apart here. It's got its engine up at our friends at 7 Enterprises getting freshened up. And so hopefully that'll be back here just after the first of the year. We can get it going. Here are some of the parts and pieces to that 2017 NSX. You have to disassemble it quite a ways to get it to even get to the engine. You even got to remove the seats and interior just to get to the battery pack to shut things down. So anyway, just kind of a quick tour. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. It didn't say too many times. So anyway, hopefully you can check in soon. Thanks. Bye.
As a leader and event organizer, you want to show up prepared on event day so everyone has fun, goes home safe, and can't wait for your next event. Motorsport Reg makes organizing awesome events easier, so you don't lose track of what brings you here in the first place, the thrill of the event. It's a membership, licensing, and event management platform built specifically for clubs, racetracks, and sanctioning bodies like yours. Because you're unique, everything can be customized to collect exactly the information you need. With automatic pricing based on date and status, including membership, discounts, and bundles, you'll never double-check if someone paid the right amount. On event day, electronic waivers and mobile check-in reduces staffing requirements and keeps the lines moving to give attendees more time with friends. On the fly, you're able to reach people before, during, and after events with handy email, text message, and push notifications. After the event, survey your participants for feedback and use detailed reports to close the books. And if you have extra room, Motorsport Reg promotes your event to an audience of more than 1 million enthusiasts. With no effort on your part, it adds on average 3.1% more entries to your events. Plus, MSR's full-time support team is devoted to helping you and your attendees. As a matter of fact, they've helped more than 1,300 clubs, racetracks, and sanctioning bodies hold more than 50,000 awesome events. To learn more or schedule your customized demo, give us a call or drop us an email.